This is going to be the first of two videos. The first one will be 5 ways Vegas changes everybody. So I don't know how much you might have traveled around in your time, but it's like everybody changes when you move to a city for any discernible amount of time. So today's video is, it's going to be 5 ways Vegas changes you. And then we're going to do another one. It's going to be 7 ways Vegas changed me. So these are 2 separate videos in a series. And let's hit the strip and see what's going on today. We got good weather the last few days. It's a little humid, and I think there's a flash flood, thunderstorm, end of the world type storm coming, so maybe we'll catch that later on. I remember when there was far less walkways, and the ones that they used to have didn't have these glass panels on them. And then a funny little bit of trivia for you is that apparently at some point they were going to have underground tunnels, and then somebody wised up and said, "What, are you kidding me? Underground tunnels? Why don't we just make it legal to mug people in Vegas?" Because that would have been a terrible idea. So this is a new restaurant. A couple of you guys were commenting about the place. Was it Todai Sushi? I guess it was based out of Hawaii, and they had some in California. Todai closed. From what I read in Hawaii, they ran into severe financial problems. So then you got the Nara Teppan and the Chosun Huaro Korean barbecue, and one's a sushi and teppanyaki, and one is a Korean barbecue. My wife and I love to do the teppanyaki and sushi, so there's a little bit to eat for everyone since I don't do the seafood thing that much. So hard to see, but we got some rain coming. Sprinkly rain. So one thing I think people notice is you start to worry more about crime in Vegas. So that's the first thing that changes, I think. Now, I was a kind of a naive Pollyanna, being that I'm from the land of ice and snow up in Canada, and I mean, there's crime in Canada, don't get me wrong, but I found that coming down here, I don't know, there's a certain type of desperation that people have, and I recall I have been robbed twice, embarrassingly enough. Both times were for iPods. My wife bought me an iPod video for like our first anniversary. Robbed in San Diego. That was a San Diego thing. That was me being stupid with it and having it on the bus, and a guy just snatched and got off the bus on the back doors. Okay, second time, I was at the IRS building. I know, talk about irony, right? IRS building, pickpocketed, robbed. Gosh. Third time, don't go out of your house on the Super Bowl unless you have an alarm system. We got robbed during the Super Bowl. It was the year that the Seahawks lost. They lost the Super Bowl, whatever year that was. We were at Pop's, which is a popular place that sells cheesesteaks. They're not called Philly cheesesteaks, or they're called Philly steaks. I don't know. Anyways, people from Philly tell me. And I noticed my iPad said, or my phone said, your iPad security has been changed, and then boom, we're smashed in. Have a security system, but most people are going to come here and think about crime when they come here. They're going to be more into the crime thing, looking at crime stats. It's just part and parcel with being in Las Vegas. Aha! So nobody ever talks about these types of constructions, but from the brand new park, formerly the Monte Carlo, they're building another walkway right here, and that goes over to Hard Rock and over to the to the Showcase. And then there's going to be a Target right here. I think a 3-story Target. I don't know if it's going to be 4 floors, but Target, or as the French say, Target. No, I don't think they say that. And then there's another construction project that nobody's really talking about, and that is the fact that they're spending like $1 billion. I don't know if I heard right. $1 billion maybe? They're resurfacing all of the roads on the boulevard, and they're sadly past due. The street corner I work around for timeshare stuff, basically all the signals are out. They don't work right. And you got to think about it. If you're a person that comes here and doesn't speak the language, and you're trying to figure out how to cross the street, it's pretty dicey. So big resurfacing of all the streets in Vegas. And I love the way the sun shines off the Mandalay Bay. Thing number 2 Number 2. I will tell you a story about when I first got here, and it was like 2004. There's no iPhone, and so the internet is a beige box in your bedroom somewhere. And I remember going, I'm a newlywed couple, and I'm on the computer all the time, and my wife says, "What are you doing on that computer?" And I say, "I'm checking the weather." And my wife says, "You don't check the weather in Vegas. We have 2 seasons, hot and not so hot." And that's the truth. So if you come here from a place where you're used to checking the weather all the time, you don't really have to check the weather. And you know it's going to be hot in June, July, August, September. And there might be some like monsoonal moisture, but if it's anything serious, you're going to see the clouds slowly come in or bubble up, and the news and all your phones and indicators are going to shoot off that you have a flash flood advisory. So there is that. So you don't really have to worry about the weather in Las Vegas. It's going to be hot and sunny for a long time, and then you might have some windy, rainy weather in the winter, but there's no worry about the weather. Oh, by the way, I'm going south on the Strip because I have to go down to Town Square. And if you haven't been to Town Square in Vegas, let me turn David Bowie down. If you haven't been to Town Square in Vegas, you should definitely go. It's a cool place. It was built because Vegas doesn't really have much in terms of old shopping districts where, you know, stuff just organically blooms up in an area that's nice. So it's got everything. Apple Store, it's got Whole Foods, marketplaces. It's higher end retail right on the main strip. So you can actually just get there by taking the South Strip Express. Yeah, that's the one that's like 2 buses accordion together. While you're down here, you can go to the Vegas sign. So let's go down and take a look at that. If I haven't mentioned it yet, my name's Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a full-time Vegas blogger, guy, person, whatever. And I do videos like this on Las Vegas. Like, share, and subscribe these videos, and also drop us a comment and share us somewhere. Please, I implore you. My videos don't get a lot of shares, but they get a lot of love from my viewers, so you guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys watching, and let's continue on here in Town Square. So another thing that'll happen and will change about you is that your friends and family will want to visit you a lot more, and you'll probably get really good at booking hotel rooms for them, depending on, you know, how much you like them. Obviously, people want to come to Las Vegas, and it's one of the reasons why I haven't been back to Canada in a real long time, because my friends and family just want to come here to see the show, the bigness, the grandiosity of Vegas. So your friends and family will probably make excuses to come to you a lot more than you'll make excuses to come to them. A cool idea is to do big special events in Vegas, because there's so many venues here, so many things. It's another airplane. There's so many venues here, and there's so many places to have these events. So family reunions, graduation things. I mean, you could do anything in this town. So friends and family, they're gonna visit you more. Ooh, look at this. The Raiders are coming. And the sky matches the gray color. That's kind of appropriate. So this is the Raiders Preview Center here. Now, I have no idea if I'm allowed to take video in here, but look at this. Oh my gosh. Alright, so know before you go, you can't take a camera in there. And I actually just talked to the executive construction assistant about stuff. It was a pretty cool experience. It's not a Raiders video per se, but it was interesting, and she got my information. And who knows if they'll contact me, because I said it would be nice to do an actual walkthrough of that place, not just a hidden camera kind of thing, because, you know, this is a billion-dollar company. It would be nice to get permission from them to do things right. So maybe I'll get a call from them. Maybe they look at my channel and say you're a little flea on the elephant of Vegas. Who knows, right? So the fourth thing you're gonna notice when you live here, and that's gonna change about you, is that you'll probably find more ways to spend time inside during the day in the summertime, and you'll find more things to do in the evening time. especially in June, July, and August. By September, you know, when the sun goes down, it's not that bad. But a lot of folks do indoor activities during the day, outdoor activities towards the evening time. And a lot of folks become night owls too, because some people come out here and they get shift work, so they have no choice but to work the shifts. So if that's the case, there's lots of 24-hour places that you can go to here. There's grocery stores open 24 hours a day, lots of dining establishments 24 hours a day. It's a 24-hour-a-day kind of town centered around the kind of residents that have to work in this place. So that's the fourth thing. So over here we have the Shelby Museum, and then you can see the Strip in all its glory. Stop. Okay. So now the fifth thing that you're going to notice that changes about you is that there's another plane I totally can't compete with that. The fifth thing you'll notice that changes about you is you grow to appreciate certain things about where you're from a lot more. So if you were from a place and there was something about that place that everybody seemed to love and you just didn't get it, you might get it a lot more, especially when you're in a place with so many transplants, but you miss that special thing. It might be a food that you used to love to eat. It might be a certain place that you used to go to all the time, and you just don't get those when you're anywhere else. But that's not a Vegas specific thing as much. I do miss having 4 seasons, but I don't miss having the super cold ice and snow. I do miss some aspects of Canadian culture myself, but there's a lot of great things about this country that's awesome too. There's 5 things you might actually notice changes about you when you move to a place like Vegas. Do you have anything that you can think of? And if you do, why don't you go ahead and drop us a comment below. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas, a Vegas video blogger. If you're just browsing through and you like this video, make sure you leave us a comment. If you want to support what we're doing, make sure you head over to Coffee and leave us a coffee. Buy us a coffee, as they say. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, and we'll talk to you in another one. Bye-bye.